Hi guys, story time again. So if I look identical to the person in the last two videos that were updated recently, it's because I am exactly the same person. It's me. Hi, hello, I'm Blue. Also, I'm recording this the exact same night as the other two videos because I have free time and I need to be a better co-host. Let's be honest, I've been absent for a while. So I made some big moves, which I did a story time on my adventure from Summerlin to Henderson, which was kind of anticlimactic because everything ended really well and we're all really good friends still. But yeah. And then I updated you guys on what happened to the Pebble because that was just, it wasn't all bad, but the last year or two that we were together was kind of a flaming dumpster fire emotionally, and I felt like it was time to explain to you guys what had happened and how I went from having a Pebble to not speaking about the Pebble for a few months to all of a sudden having a fish. And yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys a fun little Bumble story. Actually, probably a couple of them if I end up rabbit trailing, which we all know I'm notorious for. So get yourself some Jesus juice and sit down and strap in because it's going to be a fun ride. Um, so let's start with, oh God, I don't want to use their actual name because God forbid they ever see this. I would love for them to feel mortified and know who I'm talking about, but I don't want other people to find out who it is and know who I'm talking about. And yeah. So I downloaded Bumble when we were doing the whole messy, fucked up open relationship thing. And I had met some cool people. Actually, I still am friends with some of the people I met on Bumble because it didn't work out romantically, but they were really fucking awesome. So that was cool. And I met, of course, Mr. Fish on there. That was definitely the best experience I've had with any dating app. And like before I met Pebble, I had dating apps and stuff like that because I was always so scared that I was gonna end up alone and nobody was gonna love me. And God, I was a stupid 18 and 19-year-old person. I downloaded them after the Pebble because my thing was, part of it was I didn't want to end up alone because I'm knocking on 30, but I am not yet 30, and I personally wanted to start settling down by the age that I am now. And obviously, everybody's life works on a different timeline. Hi, hello, yes, I'm almost 30, and I'm still having a boyfriend and not married, which is not what 17-year-old Brooke thought was going to happen at all. Anyway, so the first one, we're gonna call him Carol because he had a girl name, and I can't tell you what girl name, but I thought it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of a dick thing, but I kind of made a joke about him being named after a girl when we first started talking. And he was adamant that we needed to go on a date because he just thought that everything was so cool. We had pretty good conversations at this point. There wasn't really any red flags that were like, you should get out fast. So we kind of decided, I forget what movie, but we decided we were going to go see some movie together. And so a few days before, he wanted to pick me up so badly. He wanted to pick me up at my house, drive me to a movie theater across town. It was like not far from where I currently live, so at least half an hour drive, if not longer. And I was not comfortable with that because I had never met this guy in real life. And I was not going to jump in his car and drive across town and be stranded if anything got weird. And I had a not perfectly working car, but I had a car. And so I thought that was dumb. And I told him, I'll meet you there. Let me know what specific theater and I will show up and we'll figure out the showtime and all that, but I'm not getting in a car with you on our first date. No. So he kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. And that should have been red flag number 1. But as I referenced in my Pebble video, sometimes I'm a dumb bitch and I do stupid shit. So I went on a date anyway. I did not let him give me a ride because that made me uncomfortable. And if you are uncomfortable in a situation with somebody, it's probably for the best just to not go. I wish that I would have thought about that then. But so we get there, get our seats. We were going to go to dinner after, so we didn't buy any crazy snacks. I think we stood in line and got soda and a box of candy or something. Anyway, so we get our seats. We're sitting in the theater, and he had decided we were going to go all the way to the back of the theater at the tippy top back row where nobody was around, which the theater was practically empty anyways. There were 3 or 4 people down in the front. I thought that was kind of weird and a little obnoxious because I was wearing some really cute high heels, and my klutzy ass in high heels going up carpeted stairs is kind of a recipe for disaster. But, what a story it would be if I had gone to the hospital. Anyway, so we're sitting there watching the movie and everything's really good. I think I had seen it. I had seen it before. I think I had gone to see it with my brother. Anyway, I'll get to that later. So we're sitting there and everything's going good. He reaches over and holds my hand, which I'm not super about people touching me, even if it's a first date. Unless I know you to a certain degree, I'm not going to be comfortable with you touching me. And if I haven't met you in person a few times, I'm not going to be okay with it. But I put up with it because I was like, okay, I'll hold your hand as long as that's all that happens. Well, then he does the good old every rom-com movie ever stretch and puts his arm around me. And I was like, okay, so this is happening. I'm mildly uncomfortable, but he hasn't done anything creepy other than the car thing yet, so I'll just go with it. So I laid my head on his shoulder and kept watching the movie. Next thing I know, I feel somebody pushing my head. And I'm like, oh, I know what you're trying to do. No. So I pull my head away, and his arm is still around my shoulder. And he goes and tries to push my head again. And that's when I was like, man, I really have to go to the bathroom. And normally I make fun of that bitch, but that night I was that bitch. I went to the bathroom and I hid there for 10, 15 minutes just to make sure that he wasn't coming looking for me. And then I took off. I kicked my high heels off and no lie, I ran. I got in my car and I called my friend and I talked to her on the phone as I went the fuck home. And he kept trying to hit me up, and I'm a horrible person, possibly because I ghosted him. But yeah, no, we never talked to that person again, and thank God. So that was fun. Let's see. What's another fun little one? Oh, you know what? We're getting close to time, so I'll tell you guys more horrible first date videos, stories. I don't know. My brain is out right now at a later point. But yeah, so that was that. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below, and you have a great whatever time it is where you're at.